Hey everyone, this is Anibal Mijangos. Thank you so much for checking out this video. And yes, I guess you could consider this episode Comeback Season 2. I made an episode 4 months ago talking about my comeback and how I wanted to continue reading books and continue making videos and posting on YouTube. And although I have continued reading books, I actually wanted to talk about this book, The Magic of Thinking Big, today. But I was thinking, why not do another another introduction video? And today I'm outside. I normally like to do it my videos with a backdrop, a really cool backdrop, or indoors in my room. I just prefer it that way, but today I decided to do it outside. I'm on the hammock, just chilling on the hammock. I'm outside, just chilling. I actually had the intention of making the book review for The Magic of Thinking Big for this episode, but afterwards I started thinking, okay, maybe I should at least have a conversation with you guys about what has been going on, what have I been doing, and why I haven't been posting. And I guess you can really say that I've been putting a lot of focus on a lot of different things. One of the more specific things that I started working on is a solar project, which I can go ahead and talk about more in depth in a later episode. But I've grown quite passionate about solar, and not just residential solar, which is like the most popular thing, especially here in California, but just solar in general. I've been speaking with a lot of people about developing projects in solar, not just in the United States, but internationally as well. And it's something that I want to pursue as a career path. And even if it's just a side project, I want to maintain my relationship with the solar industry in some kind of way. And so I've been pretty much setting the groundwork for a lot of these projects. But aside from solar, I continue reading books. It's something that I'm not going to stop, because I do believe personal development is something that's extremely important for our own development. And it's going to be extremely important for the development of others in our social circle. It really goes back to, I forgot what book it was, but I think it was Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, that mentioned how you're really the average of the people you surround yourself with. So I've always felt that if I'm going to be surrounding myself with other people and their average is going to be directly influenced by my own development, then I want to improve other people's lives. So I have to develop myself to increase other people's average. So I was really taking it in that way. And personal development is something that I'm never going to leave behind, whether it's from books that I continuously read and do reviews on this channel, or it's just like courses that I take, or become involved in some kind of mastermind, or whatever it is. Personal development is something that I'm going to be sticking with for my entire life. And that's why I started becoming more involved in different forms of content. Aside from this YouTube channel, I also started a blog, which very few people know about. I started off on Steemit and Medium. I can go ahead and talk about how I started all that stuff. And then recently I started blogging again on Blogger, which is like Blogspot, the Google platform. And I started doing my podcast on Anchor. And yeah, I was thinking, okay, so I've been doing podcasting, blogging. Maybe it's time for me to come back to this YouTube channel, because I keep coming back to it. But just the struggle of filming it and editing it always gets to me. And I delay it even more. I delay it more. And there's something that always comes up. And I know I'm all about someone that wants to take action. I want to take action. I want to do things. And if for whatever reason I find a reason not to take action on something, I take that energy and apply it to something else. So it's not just because I haven't been posting on here, I haven't been doing anything. I have been. I've been constantly developing and setting groundwork for a big scaling project that I want to work on, specifically in solar and digital marketing. But I want to apply a lot of my effort and attention back to this, because YouTube in itself is a project on its own. It requires a lot of attention. It requires a lot of really dedication to build a solid following. And I learned this the hard way, right? You can build a good following on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, on all these different platforms, but if they don't engage with you, that's a problem. The numbers look great, right? I have a YouTube video on this channel that I think is past 3,000 views. And I never intended for that video to get 3,000 views. Here's actually a clip of it. This is probably going to be like one of the only edits, but I never intended for that video to have as many views as it did. And I was actually very surprised. I still am very surprised that I actually got some traction. So I was thinking, there's some people out there that really want this kind of content. So why am I not producing it? So that's why I continue reading the books. Like I said, The Magic of Thinking Big. The Magic of Thinking Big. I continue reading it. This is my second time reading this book, and I was actually surprised. I went back into my channel to make sure that I hadn't already made a YouTube video about this book, and I didn't. So better late than never. So we're gonna be getting into a whole bunch of different topics. One of the big changes that I want to make on this channel is that I want to get into more digital marketing, because I was originally 100% focused on making this channel into something that was entirely based off of personal development, not only in my own development and kind of, I guess you could say, documenting my own development, but also influencing and impacting and changing lives through my own development. Because based off the things that I learned from the books that I read, the courses that I watch, the videos that I watch, podcasts that I listen to, I can share that information with all of you guys, so that way you can continuously develop yourself with me, right? So I want to continue doing that. I'm going to continue doing that, but I want to introduce a lot more digital marketing, because entrepreneurship is pretty much the theme of this channel. It's what I wanted to be going towards. But I started reading a lot more about digital marketing, and finding really good mentors. And I started seeing a really common thing around these big guys, that they say that in the current landscape of pretty much how business is operating, entrepreneurs need to have a good understanding of digital marketing, not only for their business, but also for the development of like business strategies and all that good stuff. So it's not so much that entrepreneurs and business owners need to be able to execute on these digital marketing strategies or just marketing strategies in general, but they have to have a basic understanding of the systems behind the marketing strategies. And so I've put a lot of attention in developing my digital marketing skills, and some of you may know that. So I want to bring some of that knowledge, apply here as well, so that way all of you can continuously grow in your own personal development and grow in your digital marketing or just marketing in general. So that way we can combine forces and really grow something big here, because ultimately that's the goal in life. We ourselves, or at least I personally believe, we shouldn't necessarily be entirely focused on growing as individuals, but more around the fact that we're going to be growing as a group. And I really do want to create a group around the whole idea of personal development and digital marketing, which is ultimately what's gonna be the goal of the Law of Gold podcast and also of my blog. Um, Once I finalize those, I'll go ahead and add those links to the description of this video. But I guess I kind of ran out of topics to talk about. So that's going to be it for this episode, everyone. I hope you join me for the ride. And if you want to hold me accountable about making videos, you can talk to me on YouTube. Not on YouTube, on Instagram, I mean. On Instagram, instagram.com/MIJANIBAL. You can also find it in the description. Reach out to me. Hold me accountable. And hopefully, if there's something that you want me to hold you accountable with, reach out to me. We'll hold each other accountable to make sure that we continuously take action and growing. So thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope to see you in another episode or another video on this channel. Make sure to subscribe and leave a like. So thanks, everyone. See you next time.